Hello, everyone, and welcome to NCEFT's Live Series, where you get to see, learn, and explore the world of NCEFT. My name is Rochelle McLaughlin, and I am an occupational therapist. And today we'll be talking about mindfulness and how to integrate mindfulness into your daily life as a practice of, grounding yourself in the present moment. And our horse of the day is Honey, and we're going to introduce you to her in the barn in just a few moments. And why don't we head on in and we can say hello to Honey, and I can introduce our topic for today. We understand and we want to acknowledge that we're going through a lot of challenging times these days. It's challenging for so many of us, and we hope that this life series can be, provide some routine and some useful information to your daily life as we're going through all of this. So we're going to head into the barn and say hello to Honey. She has been here for about 8 years, and she is just, such a wonderful horse that we use for our hippotherapy sessions. Hello, Honey. I'm going to say hello to her first, and for coming to where she is here in her stall when she just had a walk this morning. She is about 20 years old. That's Roxy or Willie or Wonka right next door. We'll get to see them too in just a moment. But Honey is about 20 years old, which means she's about 60 years old in human years. And she's been through a lot. She does have a trauma on her neck, and she's had therapy for that. That's been really valuable for her. Hi, Honey. Hi, sweetheart. See what else I'm going to say about Honey. She's just like, her ride is very gentle. Chris is with us too, Chris Swan, and she's a program director here, and she was just sharing like her gait pattern is such that she's just very gentle. So when you're on her, you can feel a bit more like a hula type movement when you're working with when we're working with Honey. And so she's chosen for a specific client to provide that kind of movement. So hello, Honey. She just had a nice little dirt bath in there this morning. She's so wonderful. So I wanted to share about mindfulness as it can be applied to our daily activities and daily routines. Since we are all in a shelter-in-place situation, we're finding that our roles and routines have shifted, and we can actually ground ourselves. Hello, darlings. And Willie, do you want to say hi to Willie Wonka and Roxy since they're right here with us? There they are, here to visit too. So I wanted to share specifically about, just our daily activities. So one of the activities in the barn is sweeping. And I don't know if you sweep at home. I do, or vacuum, or do dishes, or fold the laundry. And these are just basic activities that we engage in our daily life. And they are important, of course, for us to, just get our usual routines done. And so we can use them as actually a way to anchor our awareness, because in challenging times when there's so much uncertainty, we may have thoughts about the future and we don't know what might happen, and it can cause a lot of anxiety and pull us out of the present moment. And that too can just cause anxiety and a sense of like being ungrounded, and can cause overwhelm and things like that. So a way to really ground ourselves is in all the activities where we're moving and engaging with our daily life. So just as an example, I'm going to sweep. I'm going to use this activity of sweeping as an opportunity to show you how we might go about doing this. And again, you don't have to stop what you're doing. You can just integrate mindfulness right there in your daily life. So just because I have a moment and I'm here with you, I'm just going to bring my awareness down into my feet. So if you're watching and you're here with me, you can do the same. Just really draw your awareness down into your feet. This is a basic human capacity for us to move our awareness around. So we might be, if we notice we're lost in thought, a way that we, it helps us feel like, we're protecting ourselves and to keep ourselves safe. And so what we want to do is the moment we notice our mind wandering into thoughts, maybe about the future or the past, and that can make us feel like we're, there's so much uncertainty, so we really don't know. So we're projecting something onto the future that can, sort of feel destabilizing. So grounding our awareness down in feet can help anchor us in the present moment. This is the only moment in which we have to live, to learn, to grow, even to plan, and to get our things done. And we all need to clean our houses. And in the barn, there's a lot of cleaning that happens here. And so I'm just going to use the activity of sweeping as an opportunity to show how this might work. So I'm just staying in my body. So I'm using the sensations of my body to anchor me in the present moment. Again, my body only ever exists in the present moment, and I can use sensations of my feet on the floor. Also just having a sense of appreciation. I worked at Valley Medical Center nearby for many years and had an opportunity to work with people that, had amputations or spinal cord injury or had stroke. And the fact that I can stand and I can move my body and to, I have this capacity to do my, chores in the way that I'm able to, that for me to also show up for that I actually have, profound gratitude and appreciation that I can move in this way. And that I can take care of myself and my family right now, taking care of the barn. And so just really tuning into this whole experience. And I can hear the sound, using the sense of sound as a way to anchor my awareness in the present moment. I can feel my body shifting weight. And again, it's not a conceptual, intellectual experience. It's really an embodied, really mindful experience, just this activity of sweeping. So in a similar way, we can do this with all of our activities, whether that be, we're vacuuming, we're sweeping, we're folding laundry. Maybe we may slow things down a bit, but we don't necessarily have to. Like, we can really engage in the activity at the pace that we normally would. And it's just, and every single time that we notice our mind is wandering, we can just draw our awareness back into the sensations of the body. So again, with sweeping, we can use the sense of sound. I'm feeling my body. I'm making, these small movements to keep me balanced and upright. And, the broom, there's a warmth of the wood. Here it feels cool. So if you're doing the dishes, you can feel the sensation of the water. You might have the scent of soap. I can tell you here, there's, the scent of horses is amazing. It's like earthy and like oats and honey's moving around in there. So there's the sound, of course, the sound of the horses. And this is really an essential part of like animal-assisted therapy, equine-assisted therapy. But if you don't have animals near you, that's okay too. If you have children, you can hear the, sound of their little voices, opening up a window, and you can hear the sound of birds, in most cases. So there's so many opportunities to really tune into our everyday activities to really help us ground us and keep us present, so that, and we know in neuroscience that this helps us access, greater degrees of well-being, both, mental well-being, emotional well-being, physical well-being, as we, arrive here in the present moment. And a couple weeks ago, when I did a live session here, we had PC as our horse, and today is Honey. And again, horses can provide such an incredible anchoring of our awareness because they are utterly present, particularly being like a prey animal where they really need to tune into what's going on around them in every single moment. And animals just in general are this way. I think oftentimes we forget humans are also animals, and that it's, even though we're not prey, we would be considered like a predatory animal, and so we do need to anticipate and plan. Being in, predatory type animal, but we can use so many aspects of our capacity to engage in our daily lives that help anchor us. I'm curious if there's any questions so far, and I'll just do a little bit more of our sweeping here while I'm see if there's anyone that has any questions about it, about mindfulness or integrating mindfulness in our daily lives. There's no questions. We can just kind of end with a practice, a mindfulness practice, just drawing our awareness down into our feet. This is particularly grounding, and we can do this as we're moving throughout our daily life. So as we, taking steps, again, it doesn't mean we have to slow things down. Sometimes it does naturally slow us down, which can be of benefit. And so, there's so many different sensations that we can become aware of, whether that be warmth, pressure, heaviness, sense of tingling, lightness, even numbness or no sensation. These are all sensations that we might become aware of. And so all of these sensations can act like an inner compass. The sensation of our breath can be, we can bring that center stage of our awareness, and use the sensation of our breath as an anchor as well. So we can sense our breath either at the tip of the nose or our chest or belly or anywhere else it is that you might experience the sensation of your breath. So that any time you might feel like you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stressed out, or your mind might be wandering all over, you can just arrive again and use the sensation of your breath as an anchor for your awareness. So there's been some comments that people do use mindfulness during cleaning. That's excellent. Sometimes we forget, and that's a part of the practice, So we might notice, hours go by or even days could go by where we weren't present for any of it. And so our practice in mindfulness is also like self-compassion, so that knowing that, when our mind has wandered and we've gotten distracted, or a whole day's gone by and we haven't been present, but that's okay. That's a part of the practice, and then we just return, and every single moment is here for us to arrive fully, and we can use all of our senses to do that, including the sounds of in our environment, whether that be the bird song or children laughing or your own breath. We can really tune into all of that. So on Tuesday, be sure to tune in on June 9th at 3:30 p.m. Our physical therapist and program director, Chris Swan, will be leading us through 25 ways to do physical therapy at NCEFT. Thank you all so much for joining us, joining NCEFT Live Series today. Our next live will be June 9th, so definitely tune in for that, and we look forward to seeing you there. Bye, everyone.